Best SLG purchase, hands down, Gucci pebbled leather, black pebbled leather card case. I bought this on a whim. I went to New York on a trip for the weekend and lucked into this. Not lucked in, I walked into the store and they had it. It has a pocket. This is where I keep my most used debit card usually. And then it's got slots for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I count? Okay. And no room for money, but I can tell you, like, for cash. But I find that if you have like up to 4 or 5 bills, you could definitely fold them and slide them into one of these pockets here and be just fine. It's got some sort of control tag in there, so that's what that is. But when I got it, I carried this nonstop for maybe 2 months, and I never found that it wasn't carrying what I needed it to carry. I did eventually stop carrying it because I just think, why not give it a break? So I switched into a different wallet, but it was always up to the task. It fits every single bag. For evenings out, it's perfect for small clutches or things like that. You can just slide it into a pocket if you don't want to carry a bag at all, and things like that. And it's just so beautiful. It's so soft. It feels great to touch. I don't believe it's available any longer at Gucci. But I think sites like Essence and List and Louis Sevilla Roma and things like that still have it. So best purchase of 2015. Cannot recommend it enough. Love it. Next, what do I have? Okay. Best handbag purchase of 2019 that is not a luxury item. Somebody asked me and I thought, okay, I can share that with you. So feast your eyes on this. Ooh. This is a backpack. It is from Madewell. It's black, it's leather, it's pretty good quality. Listen, it's Madewell. It's not Louis Vuitton quality, it's not Gucci quality, but for what it is, the quality and the craftsmanship is definitely there. The straps are held on very well. I have no concerns that this is going to fall apart anytime soon. And the straps are pretty comfortable. They're a little thin for a bag this size, but I wouldn't say they dig in or anything like that. The zipper works well enough for a bag of this price point. I do wish it had 2 zippers instead of 1. That's just a preference, but it doesn't, and that's okay. So I use this bag for when I will not subject my Louis Vuitton backpack to the abuse that is ahead for the day. So in Boston, we get plenty of sleet and snow, and I know leather is not the best for sleet and snow, but what am I gonna do? I have no problem actually carrying my Louis Vuitton in sleet and snow. It does great in those conditions, but it doesn't fit quite as much as this. This is pretty big. It doesn't fit quite as much as this, and sometimes if I have some errands to run that maybe I just have to leave my bag somewhere, or I'm not sure where I'll be able to leave my bag because I'm not familiar with the place, I guess that's the thing, I carry this. And it was a pretty great investment. This was under $200 on sale. I think it was more than $100, but not by much. No regrets. Love it. If you're looking for a backpack that is a backpack that you're not embarrassed to walk into an elegant place with, but that doesn't break the bank and you're not worried about and you're not fussy about, I highly recommend the Madewell rucksack. That's what it's called. So that's that. So thank you for asking. I was happy to talk about that and share that. Best shoe purchase of 2019. Top honor goes to my Balenciaga speed trainers, and I have the kind with laces. The reason these get the top spot is not because they're the most elegant or anything like that, but because they are my most worn. They are looking really good. Ooh, really good for most worn. This is not dirt, by the way. The Christmas tree shed needles everywhere, and so even if you clean the bottom of the shoe, there are Christmas tree needles everywhere. That Christmas tree right there. So, it's not filthy. But I do wear these all the time. If I'm running out the door and I just need to go to the grocery store, these I find are appropriate because they're kind of subtle. You know, there's the other kind that says like Balenciaga here. I think those are great too. And I think I will be purchasing those in 2020. But these don't say that, so a person has to look pretty closely to realize that they're Balenciaga. But anybody who cares to look that closely is going to get what they get. They're going to get Balenciaga in the eye. So that's that. I can wear it to work and not worry about walking into the building and looking a hot mess until I can get to my desk to change into my shoes. Casual, I've worn this to concerts. I can wear it in the heat because the knit is pretty breathable. So even when it's warm, I can wear these. But in the winter, it's not so bad either. I just wear a wool sock, like a black wool sock. And as long as it's not actually precipitating or wet, these do fine. So I could not be more happy with this purchase. We're getting to the fun stuff, I think. My best handbag purchase of 2019. The top honor has to go to a Louis Vuitton bag. Shout it if you're guessing it. Don't shout it, type it. Shout it and type it. My pochette Felicie in the empreinte leather. Black empreinte leather. I could not be more happy with this purchase. This is the only, okay, we'll say the only clutch type bag that I have. This is a bag that I wear to my formal event. I have worn this to weddings. I've worn this to elegant dinners. I've worn it to galas. I've worn it to award receptions. It is just so great to throw on. I also think this is pretty subtle in spite of the monogram. From a distance, it's actually not that obvious. I mean, we're sitting pretty close and the camera's all up in it, so it looks like it's super like LV, LV. But really, especially if the event is dimly lit, like it doesn't attract much attention. The empreinte leather is so beautiful, so soft. The bag has good structure. It doesn't carry a lot, but it carries what you would need for a formal event. The most elegant. And you might disagree that it is elegant. I know somebody did when I told them I was buying this bag for that purpose, and they had all kinds of other bags that they suggested for me to consider, but I went with this one anyway. And one of the best things about it is that it actually has a chain as well, and I don't care if it's a formal event or a wedding. If I'm dancing or I'm shaking hands, more likely, because a lot of these events I go to are for work, I want my bag close to me on my person. I don't want to leave it at the cocktail table. I don't want to wander off and just leave it. Often I need my business cards with me, especially in those situations. So being able to put it cross-body as I handle my business is essential. So this bag, I recommend it if you've been considering getting a pochette Felicie, especially as a formal bag. Just do it. Just do it. It's not the most expensive of the clutches of the bags, and I don't think you will regret it. And I know some people wear this casually, and that's great too. You can definitely wear it casually if you want, but for me, it's definitely a dress up, going out, not on the town, or not on the town, going out, or formal bag item. Somebody asked my best 2019 item that is a random purchase. I didn't have to think about it that much. It's going to be hard to show you because the box is white, so I'll just flash it real quickly and then I'll talk about it. The top honor for the most random but best purchase of 2019 is my Apple Pencil. Yeah. Apple Pencil. It's not showing up at all, but this thing has been such a lifesaver. Do you have an Apple Pencil? Are you even curious about it? I know a lot of people in the Luxe community are agenda users, so maybe an Apple Pencil wouldn't even make sense for you, but I am not an agenda user. I am an iPad user. I'm more of a tech user. I like to keep my calendar, my notes, my reminders, everything in the same place, and I like to take it with me so that I'm not making appointments with friends because I don't have my agenda that conflict with work events, you know, things like that. So Apple Pencil has revolutionized the way I take notes at work and in meetings. I can keep everything on my on my iPad mini. So I use an iPad mini. I have an app and I can just handwrite notes, use the pencil to flip through, get to my calendar, check my emails. I can send the notes that I took on my iPad as email to my colleagues or as memos to other attendees of the meeting just to memorialize what we discussed. I could go on and on, but highly recommend. Best random purchase, has kept me so organized at work, and it's a little bit of a cool thing still, you know. When you walk into a meeting and everybody's like, oh, do you have a pencil? And I'm like, no, I don't. Well, I do, but you can use it. It's kind of nice, you know. So loving the Apple Pencil, sitting down, taking my notes. The final request was my favorite item that is my least used item. Top honor goes to, ooh, will you guess? My Chanel boy bag. And the reasons why this is among my least used items is because it's still so new to me. I only got this maybe a month ago, and I love it. Absolutely love it. It brings me so much joy. I do have it proudly displayed in my beauty cave. I love seeing it there. Sometimes I just like to take it and touch it and see how it feels, and it does feel great. I love the look of it. I love everything about it. It is not a bag that I thought I would use every day anyway, because most days I do need to carry quite a bit of stuff, including that iPad that, you know, we discussed that needs to accompany this Apple Pencil. An iPad, even a mini, does not fit in here, not even without a case. So this is definitely a going out, a social bag. So I've been using it for some holiday events that I'm going to and giving it as much love as I can. But I'm totally okay with it not being an everyday bag. That's just, I knew that it wouldn't be, because the size of it really doesn't suit an everyday use for me, for somebody who's taking the bus, taking the train, got to carry some stuff, including like a snack and note-taking capabilities and things like this. So still love it. Definitely one of my best purchases is my Chanel boy bag, even though it is also among my least used items. So that's all the items. I would love to know what your thoughts are on any of these items. And I would love to know what your best purchases are. Are there things out there that you think I should consider? Now that you know a little bit more about me, I think, from just looking at these things, I think you know that I wear a lot of black, so I'm noticing that. Are there any items that you think I should invest in, that I should consider? Any apps you recommend that work great with the Apple Pencil? You know, things like that. So let's chat, let's gab back. Leave me your comments, as you tend to. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year for some more gabbing. Bye, Insta fam.